So hi, Charlene and Marco and Molly.
Oh, the star of the interview.
Yes, Molly. And Molly has such a big tail too.
Yeah. She has a long tail, almost the size of the body, like the left
Yes.
body. Yeah.
Oh. And she's really, yeah, like very tame, right? So domesticated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost. Not all the time.
No.
It depends.
Yeah, so we have our special guest with us, Molly, for the moment, maybe what she has to say. But we will start off with, Charlene and Marco. Thank you for joining us. So the season has started, is well underway. You've done already a lot of competitions, Grand Prix and other competitions. So how do you feel about this start of the season for you, the first half of the season?
Well, it's been a really good start of the season for us, especially after last season, which has been so difficult. This season has started in almost a normal way, so we were very happy about it. We could practice normally in our hometown in Milan, so it started really well, and competitions were going really well. Unfortunately, they canceled the finals, so this would have been the cherry on the cake on the first half of the season, but hopefully they will organize it later in the season. So but we're very happy about the start of the season. So
yeah, I wanted to ask exactly. The final was cancelled. You were just in Russia, and then you headed back to Italy, and kind of the next day, Japan closed the borders. And what was your reaction when you heard that the final is cancelled?
it was really weird because we didn't hear anything about possible cancellation of the final in Russia. So when we went back to Milan, after 2 days, we started hearing, oh, maybe they're like canceling the final because Japan is closing the border. So it was quite a shock because the situation here in Italy right now is, okay, it's getting a little bit worse, like in every country in Europe, but it's not that bad. So we're still living quite a normal life. Of course,
it's not like last year. It's like semi-lockdown and for some days, and but now it's almost normal. So.
Yeah, I mean, of course there are restrictions. We still have to wear masks pretty much everywhere, but I mean, the situation is pretty normal. So it was quite a shock to like not being able to go to another country for a competition, especially Japan, because as far as we know, Japan doesn't have a bad situation right now. But of course, they want to protect their population, and they were quite scared by this variant Omicron. So, but we weren't expecting a decision like that in such few days. So
yeah, it was very sudden. Yeah. But you said you are happy to go if the final, because they are still considering to move it to another point in the season. So you will go when it's maybe at the end of the year, the season.
Okay,
I guess Molly probably was happy that you did not go to Japan, that you stayed home with her.
Surely happy about it, and she could makes great jumps. So that's a nice skating. No, so what did you ask? Sorry.
Yeah, the question was whether you said you would go to the final even if it's held later in the season.
Yeah, I mean, we earned it, so we would like to compete in this competition, in this event anyway. In any case, so even if they organize it in April, I don't know, afterwards, we would like to do it. Then, of course, I don't know if everyone agrees, if everyone is willing to compete so late in the season after such a hard season, because the Olympic season is always tougher than usual seasons. So, but if they will do it, we will go there for sure.
Yeah, it's because also and how did it, maybe because the final was supposed to be like the lead up for the top skaters, the top teams would meet for the first time and for the last time before the Olympics. So how does it affect maybe your preparation for the Olympics?
Well, somehow this is good for the preparation, of course, because I mean, if we had to go to the final in Japan, it would have meant 1 week less of preparation towards the Olympics. And so also considering that we had nationals right after Russia.
Yes, you did.
Competing 3 competitions, one after the other. So it would have been really tough, of course, competing in Japan last week. Yeah, it was last. It was supposed to be
last week. Yeah, we would have been home now. Yeah.
So in terms of preparation, this is not bad, honestly. So this is the only thing we are happy for. But I mean, the preparation will not change a lot, honestly, because after the final we would have been back on the ice immediately, because there's not a lot of time between there would have not been a lot of time between the final and the Europeans this year, because Europeans are so early. So I mean, we were not supposed to have days off or a little rest. So
yeah, the positive thing is after national we have 3 days off at home, and now we already did the preparation for European and Olympics, so we have 1 week more for the preparation. So
so we
this
could make
the
some
positive.
We could already make some adjustments in the rhythm dance. So it's been good. I mean,
yeah. So there's always something positive even from this situation, which is good. Yeah, and you said you made some adjustments to the to the rhythm dance. And it was surprisingly that there were some low levels, because usually you get always very high levels for all your elements, and at some events it was not only you, it was many other skaters. Do you feel like the technical, now I can't hear you. You can't hear. Now I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah. So you feel like the technical specialists are especially strict this season with everybody?
Well, I think they're maybe a little stricter than other seasons for sure. But I mean, if we receive a fair judgment by the technical panel, it's fine. The important thing is always to have positive feedbacks from each competition, so that you know what to work on. So we got several positive feedbacks, so we know where we have to work on, in which elements. So now we have some time to make these adjustments. We are already working on them. So hopefully for the second half of the season, we will get better levels as well, because especially in rhythm dance this year, it's been tough for us. I mean, not in terms of GOEs or components, but in terms of levels. So we surely have to improve. And
on the free dance we don't have
not many problems. I mean, not compared to the other teams, because also the other teams are getting lower levels this season. But in free dance we are not suffering from this situation, while in rhythm dance a little bit more. So hopefully for Europeans we will be more prepared.
So you were looking again at all the elements, at the edges, at the pattern dance.
Everything. Sometimes it's not only a matter of working on the edges or on turns. It's also a matter of adjusting patterns, because sometimes you feel more comfortable doing some turns with another pattern. So we are also working on that, not just on the turn, on the edge of a certain turn, but also on the directions, on the patterns. So this is an important work that we didn't have a lot of time to do during the season because we had, as you said before, many competitions this year. So now we have some more time to do it.
Good. And you, as you said, you had also right after the Grand Prix in Sochi, you had your nationals, and you even had to compete your rhythm dance and free dance in one day. Why?
One day.
Well, no, actually, I mean, we have to thank our federation because they made this change because we're supposed to leave for Japan on Sunday. So
Yeah.
we're supposed to have the flight at 11 o'clock in the morning from Milan, and we had nationals in Turin, which is not far, but still another city, sorry. So we had no time to compete on Sunday morning and then go to the airport to get our plane. So we have to thank our federation for that, but then there was no time to readjust the schedule. And so
okay, we can do it.
Yeah,
and free dances in the same day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it. I mean, it was an exercise, another practice, let's say so. But I mean, it was okay. Of course, the stress at nationals for us was not so high as in other competitions. So it was, of course, physically really demanding doing both programs on the same day. But in terms of stress, not so much. Actually, I think it was almost easier than competing in 2 days because you're more focused on your body instead of your performances. So you have a positive distraction.
It was a positive distraction. Yeah. So in the old days, maybe you've heard that, you remember that there was in France at the Grand Prix when there still was a compulsory dance. They used to do the compulsory dance and the at the time original dance or whatever it was called, also at the same day. So
yeah. I mean, I never did it because when I started, I just competed in one competition with compulsory dance, so, and I don't really remember that feeling. But I did one competition with compulsory dance and original dance on the same day, so I don't have a lot of memories.
We are younger also.
Yeah, we were. It was probably easier.
Yeah.
So now, yes, as you said, the Europeans are coming up very fast, and it will be in Tallinn. How much are you looking forward to Europeans? It's one of your favorite events, I guess.
Well, it's an important event for us because like we got a medal in Minsk, and then the season after Minsk, unfortunately, we have a very tough season because of my hand injury. So we never had the time that season to get ready for the events we were supposed to compete in. We were ready for Worlds, but then Worlds were canceled.
Yes.
And then the season after, Europeans were canceled again. So we are looking forward to have another opportunity to step on the podium at Europeans again. And we are very excited for that because we would like to get another European medal this year. So we will fight for that for sure.
Yeah, it should be exciting competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, and after that, quick turnaround, not much time before the Olympic Games. You've been to 2 Olympic Games already, in Sochi and then in Pyeongchang. So, and obviously this time many things will be different. What's your approach to this? How you think it will be like? And do you feel it's a little sad that it's won't be the same kind of atmosphere?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Olympic Games is such a big event, and the idea of competing in a weird situation with probably only, I heard that there will be only Chinese crowd, right? Is that true?
Well, yes, that was, but now I heard from a friend in China that maybe there won't be any spectators. Apparently, they have not even started to sell tickets. So it seems still up in the air.
Wow. So it would be even worse. I mean, with just Chinese crowd, it would have been a little bit weird, but still okay. No crowd at the Olympic Games. So weird. And of course, I mean, it's sad to think that you compete at such a big event and you can't even enjoy fully this event because the crowd makes like a huge has a big part in such a big event and competing in front of empty seats is sad. It's sad for sure. So
we
hopefully
did it in Stockholm and we feel the difference.
In Stockholm at work.
It's strange.
Yeah, I mean, there's a very important part missing in a competition. And at the Olympic Games, of course, you want to live great feelings, great emotions. So it's sad that it's not gonna be like that. So for sure, it's not gonna be like the other Olympic Games we competed in. So
yeah. It's tough. And also probably when you were in Sochi and Pyeongchang, did you have the chance to visit other events, other sports?
Well, in Sochi, we had the opportunity to watch other events because we could spend more time in Sochi. While in Pyeongchang, we didn't have a lot of free time, and between the team, it was very cold, so we didn't want to go out.
It was,
And between the team event and our individual event, we didn't stay in the Olympic Village. We went to Seoul to practice a little bit in better conditions. So we didn't have the opportunity to attend other events. So, but in Sochi, we had the opportunity to stay there a couple of days after the end of our competition. So we could
went
see
in the mountains.
Yeah, we went up in the mountains to watch some ski, some snowboard. So it was really nice. And that in Sochi, the organization was really amazing. Also in Pyeongchang, but we enjoyed Sochi much more, honestly.
It was your first Olympics, so it's, I guess, really special anyway, because
mix of things, because it was our first Olympic game, and also the weather was so nice. I mean, 20 degrees, sun,
in February.
amazing. It was amazing. So we were just wearing t-shirts. It was great. While in Pyeongchang, it was -10. It was not the same. Windy, -10. So you didn't really want to spend a lot of time, walking around.
True. So it was especially nice for you to come back to Sochi for the Grand Prix this time and see these, the rink again, and it looked really the same as it did.
That's true.
Almost 8 years ago. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's true.
And so then we have this big season. We'll wrap up with the World Championship. What are your plans for the future? I remember you saying that for you are not ready to stop. You want to go on. Is your goal maybe the Olympics in Italy?
Well, this is still very far. I mean, too far to think of. So this is, we don't want to continue because we have this goal in our minds. Of course, making an Olympic game in your country would be amazing, but it's still too far. So we cannot say that we're gonna continue until that Olympic game. But for sure, we don't feel really ready right now to stop because we feel that, like, physically we are fine. I mean, we still feel young. So we never had really bad accidents so far, injuries. I mean, not accidents. So we don't feel ready to leave this this sport, and we still enjoy skating a lot. So we still want to continue. As I said in Sochi, I don't know if we're gonna continue for 1, 2, 3, 4 more seasons, but we will definitely compete next year. This is for sure.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you enjoy it, it's of course. So
as long as we're fine, because this is important. I mean, if we started feeling bad physically, I mean, stop, of course, for sure, because we don't want to ruin our future life because of this sport, for sure. So we want to stay healthy, and once we will finish with our career, competitive career, we want to feel fine physically and to enjoy also the life after figure skating, because there will be another life even more important than this one in the future. But so far we still feel that we can go on, we can compete, we can compete well, because if we couldn't compete well, again, we wouldn't continue, for sure. So we want to finish our career when we're still competitive. So we don't want to finish our career being
going down, and
exactly.
What are your plans for life beyond skating? Because you said, there's another life at one point it will start. So you want, what's your plan? You want to stay involved in figure skating, or you want to do something totally different?
No, the idea is to stay in this world because we really like it, and we also like coaching, because we already coach to young kids sometimes, not recently, because recently we're focusing more on our career, but we've already had some experiences as coaches, and we really enjoy it. So we would like to stay in this world also in the future, after we will finish with our career. So this is the purpose. Then never say never, of course. Maybe we'll have different opportunities that we like even more. So future is a mystery, but so far this is the purpose.
Yeah, but that, I think, is a really good end of our video interview today, and we wish you the very best for the future, and obviously for the upcoming events this season, and really looking forward to seeing you.
Thank you very much, and thanks to you and to everybody.